Hello everyone and welcome back to the Legacy Challenge here at Grey Ogre Games. My name is Mick. I'm one of your hosts alongside Benjamin Huang.
Hello.
And what?
My name's still the same.
Yes, it's still the same. I have
So-
not added any adjectives or pronouns or whatever not.
So we have Solomon Poe on the right playing Miracles against Glenn, who you've seen on camera already, playing Grixis Delver. Solomon on a mulligan to 6, now on a mulligan to 5.
5, yeah. So this is going to be
not a-
it's uphill.
It's
battle,
uphill
but
because there's going to be so many threats that Solomon has to grind through,
yeah, exactly.
and the 2 cards are going to hurt him a lot.
Yeah.
But if
you
any
go-
deck could do it, it's this deck, because there's a lot of cards that create a lot of virtual card advantage, or straight up card
straight
advantage.
up card advantage like
With Terminus. Counterbalance is virtual, right? Because it locks cards in your opponent's hand. You're not actually getting the cards.
Oh right, yeah.
Yep. Poe keeping on. I think you keep most hands on 5. I think he sees a Tundra off the top of his deck,
And that's
so he
gotta
decides to
be-
keep it.
Yep.
But I don't think it's gonna change too much if he's on the play, because he's gonna fetch anyway and play the top.
Mhm.
So I think he's gonna get basic island, because he has to be afraid at some level.
Oh, Wasteland, yeah.
He's going straight for the Tundra.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
And I think it's, I don't know. I don't like him getting the Tundra, but I can
Okay.
see why he gets the Tundra. If he gets
what is it?
if he gets something other than the Tundra,
can't
this
cast,
is bad. Yeah, this is bad because
I would have gone for
I would have gone for
Island.
basic island. Yeah,
So he tries to he tries to force of will and
Yeah.
gets forced back.
I probably would have got basic island because I think you can't afford to lose any more resources when you're down
Yeah,
resources.
man, that's tough.
So,
So he just passes off the
I
turn.
think
Man.
Solomon needs a little bit of
Sequencing, yeah.
education and legacy. This is probably his first legacy tournament.
Okay.
So this game is gonna be quick.
Wow, okay. So there the Delver naturally
Yeah.
flipping. He's gonna be beating in for 3. He's got a 6-turn clock, which is quite a long time.
I mean, he's got double bolt in his hand, so I think he's gonna be okay. Plus,
Alright,
he's gonna be able to play Death Right, I think.
Just go for
I
the-
think Solomon's game would have
Let's see.
played out very differently if he had went for a basic island. So
Mm.
those of you who are out there watching, you should
Please
remember to fetch your basics against a deck that has wastelands.
Please remember your opponent might have wastelands. Yeah.
Yeah, please remember that. It's like one of those public safety announcements.
Your opponent has.
Or like your
wastelands
mom
too.
likes to nag you and tell you, "Hey, boy, I remember, bring an umbrella when you go out.
Wasn't that we were talking
Always
about
use
having
protection."
we were talking about like printing those shirts with the triggers.
Oh, yeah? I
your
don't know
bob
about
triggers. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Don't forget your bob triggers and shit like that.
You're gonna put him to 9. You're gonna drain the force of will.
Yeah.
Put him to 7, and he's dead next turn
Yeah.
with a activation on his own instant or sorcery, and a bolt from Glenn.
Does Glenn have a bolt? Yep. And that's the game.
Yep.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah,
That was fast. This is going to go into our archives there's 5 minutes left between rounds. We'll put this one on.
yeah. I think Solomon,
Now that was
suffering from
Mulligan
his
of 5,
decision early on.
So Mulligan of 5.
Definitely,
and,
I think definitely bringing in his Pyroclasm, definitely bringing in both of his Red Elemental Blasts
Oh yeah.
and his Engineered Explosives is going to be pretty decent.
That's going to be useful here, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he should bring in the Flusterstorms. That's not the kind of game you want to be playing. And I think in general he's going to want to have his Force of Wills out. At least some amount of Force of Wills out of
Yeah,
his deck. Actually, I would go so far as to take all the Force of Wills out.
really?
But if he does so, then he has to play the game in a way that he fetches basics. He has to be conservative about. He has to make sure his mana develops, because one of the reasons why you play Force of Will is so that you don't lose before you can play your spells, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
to
yeah.
make sure
that's
that you
right.
can resolve your control cards. But if Solomon chooses to, shoot himself in the foot by playing his control, fetching non-basics, then he's gonna need Force of Will to be able to catch up, especially if his opponent has a wasteland
Yeah.
draw. I think it's tough for a first-time Legacy player to figure that out on his own,
Yeah, that's
because
true.
you think of Force of Will as one of the
like one of the
pillars
premium
of the
removal
pillars
and
of the format. It's one of the it's the card on the cover, the freaking
Of
cover
EMA,
of
right?
EMA. So you think, oh, that's like
Force of Will's got to be damn
yeah,
good,
it's
right?
like it's like Kanan, right? It's like Power Rangers. Everyone watched Power Rangers. It's like
Yeah. What's Caden?
it's Kanan, Canon. It's canonical. It's part of the canon or the canon of this
Okay.
of this.
Kanan. Okay, cool. I did not know it was pronounced that way. I thought it was canon.
I think it's canon will be confusing to our listeners
To why
because
would canon be confusing?
Goblin Child Belcher.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
So I wanted to say something. I want to say
Okay.
pronounce it in a way that you would
I have
actually
to
know.
guess
Yeah, you
what
have
it
to
is.
guess so you would know there's not
Kanan
Goblin
to
Child
the left of
Belcher.
us. Kanan's to the right of us. Kanan's in front of us.
Well, if you're Singaporean, Kanan's in the wrong direction as well.
Yeah, also.
But yeah, so I think he has to get basics. He has to learn to get basics, and he has to try to take out. I think you can keep a couple of Force of Wills in. I think one Force of Will is fine to get you caught up. I'm more a fan of that when you're on the draw. So
yeah,
game
when you're on the
3.
play, you
You're on the
don't
play,
have the cards.
Yeah, you just want to develop your mana,
Mhm.
select your cards, and play your 1 for 2, 1 for 3 removal spells.
Yeah, the Miracles deck, I mean, it has, like you said, there are a lot of, Terminus is a board wipe, like you have a lot
Yeah.
of just card advantage.
I think
for
game 1
multiples.
is Solomon is usually favored, so he's gonna have a little bit of uphill battle.
in this.
His clan's gonna have access to some red elemental blast to fight.
The counterbalance.
So he's siding out his young pyromancers, which I don't really like. But he's taking out his dazes, which I do like. He's going into interesting.
It puts back the lightning bolts in his deck. Okay.
Couple of lightning bolts. So he's gonna
Yeah.
play a very, very aggressive game if that's the case.
Yeah.
He's gonna be running like flusterstorms and stuff and just fighting over his opponent's things all the time, trying to land a clock. So
But
playing
how do you deal with the counterbalance when it hits the battlefield?
I think this deck has access to Abrupt Decay because of the green that you used to
Okay,
run.
Right.
That you run your Death Right life
So
gain ability off. So
That
I
will be
think-
in the sideboard, yeah.
I think we're still okay in that. He's still okay in that regard. But like most Delver decks, traditionally very weak too.
Yeah, I just worry for Glenn, like if the
Yeah.
counter in top sticks and then.
So this is a great hand for Solomon, and he needs to learn how to play it because
Okay.
he should lead on Flooded Strand, I'm thinking. Leading on Flooded Strand leaves you with the most options because you can either get basic planes to plow or you can get a basic island to play a counterbalance on turn 2.
Alright, so he just.
Yes, he does lead on Flooded Strand, so yeah. Not his first. Well, it is his first rodeo, but he's doing pretty okay.
Yeah, I think he's doing pretty
Very well.
The fact that, he
Yeah,
can-
he's probably going to get. Death Right Shaman's going to resolve. It might take a different career instead of like looking at animal entrails and being a shaman, he might decide to become a farmer. Yeah.
Why would you draw that conclusion though?
He's going to become a farmer soon with the Swords to Plowshares. No.
No.
So Solomon going with the even more the super conservative approach and choosing to wait to see what's going on, getting a basic island.
Guru Island, by the
Yeah,
way.
because this is my deck. And Michael Phelps, if you're still watching, some of these belong to you at one point.
At one point. So nice to see real decks, not like the GP stuff. Sealed standard, etc. You don't like it? Yeah, that's why you come over to this channel.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, his name
Welcome to
is Acid Jack.
Acid Jack.
Yeah. So he's Solomon playing Ponder instead of going with any counterbalance this turn. I think he's trying to set it up.
So they
True.
can go.
I think he's worried about days, so he's not familiar with the convention that a lot of Delver players sideboard out their dazes in when they're on the. If I'm Solomon, I would late the Scalding Tarn. Because now he's gonna get wastelanded. He hasn't learned from his first game
previous. Damn it.
where he's gonna play plow.
And he's gonna
He's
get
gonna
rid
eat
of
the
them,
land.
yeah. Well, either way, I think you should just gotten rid of that.
Yeah. I think you should. You definitely need basics. I
You're
don't know.
doing it the slightly harder way. I don't know. I'm not sure which one is the harder way, but you. I did. Okay, so
Yeah. So
let's see.
floating the mana off Death Right, playing the
His own
playing
Ponder,
his
yeah.
own Ponder.
And being able to play a Delver, off
as
of that.
well. Yeah, I don't like Poe's choice to play the Tundra there, but I think
Susceptible.
I think if Poe is gonna plow, he needs to plow now because he doesn't want to run into something like Spell Pierce or Flusterstorm.
Oh yes.
But so this is the thing that a lot of players do. They play around days one turn and they stop playing around days the next turn. And I think that's quite poor. If you're gonna play around days, you play
Just
around
play
it all the
around
way.
days all the time,
And
right?
what's often more correct than not is to play into days. So long as it doesn't expose your non-basics. So on turn 2, I think I would have been tempted to, if I was Poe, go Scouting Tarn
And then
and play Counterbalance. Then it has to draw a Force of Will from your opponent because he tapped
Or-
down on turn 1. He tapped down on turn 1 for the Deathrite Shaman
or a days.
or a daze, which means that you set back 1 mana, and you're still developing your mana. He's not.
Alright, and
yeah.
you can get rid of the eventually.
And if
you
it does
can get rid
stick,
of the-
then you have both you have another fetch in your hand, so you can actually virtually control your draws, like with the Delvers again.
But that would have meant that he needed to get rid of the Deathrite Shaman on turn 1.
No, I
instead.
don't think you need to. You can just plow it later.
Okay.
Because Deathrite it's not active. Deathrite can't cast Real Elemental Blast. It's got Summoning Sickness.
Right. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So he's gonna plow and yeah. Well, Glenn with no real traction, but Glenn's gonna be able to shred, I think, his opponent's hand with the double therapies.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I just
but-
realized that.
So a card that's really good against double therapy is Sensitive Divine Top.
Oh.
Not something that we see here, unfortunately, because Poe hasn't drawn it. But I don't think Glenn's gonna run it out blind. So he's gonna go digging for a Gitaxian Probe first,
Which he does.
which he
find in
finds,
the top
but he
three.
doesn't find. Unfortunately, doesn't find a.
You can put one Cabal Therapy back.
He doesn't find. Oh, he finds Winter Orb, which is very good in this matchup. So he's passing with Sulfuric Vortex and Lightning Bolt in his hand. Hand is Sulfuric Vortex, Lightning Bolt, Gourmet Angler, Cabal Therapy, Winter Orb. He's hidden one therapy and presumably another.
Land? No. It
Don't think
wasn't
it's a
land. He only drew one land.
Oh,
I
it is
think.
land.
Okay.
It is a land.
Right,
so
right.
he's
it
gonna
was two
fetch.
lands and
Yeah,
the,
Poe gonna fetch for the second basic island, which he should have done, I think, a lot earlier. He still has a Scalding Tarn in his hand. So
Mhm.
another thing to know as a Miracles player is that you use your only the fetches that can only fetch blue should be used to fetch islands. The fetches that can only fetch plains should be used to fetch plains. And Flooded Strand is the most versatile. The only time where that's a concern is like if you're worried about like something like Surgical Extraction.
Right, which means
So yeah, Poe is a very decent hand against what Glenn is trying to do. Oh, Glenn didn't. Glenn's gonna cast Therapy, and without blue mana open, Poe can't hide it with. Oh, but the blind flip.
wow, of course, you know,
Of course.
you gotta play,
And
you gotta play
anybody-
like Poe, man.
And those of you who know Poe, he'll go like, of course.
Of course lah! This is what happens.
And so this is the very skill. This is the part where you have to kind of plan a little bit ahead. It's when you don't have top in play and you have to manipulate your counterbalances that it actually gets a little bit tough.
Yeah, you have to try to figure out like what your opponent's on, and what's your opponent's line coming up, which, well, he has Brainstorm in hand, which means that he can still manipulate the top. of
He's
his
going for the
library,
shuffle
but-
instead.
yeah.
He saw Caracas, Force, and Terminus. And I like the shuffle from Poe. There's nothing really going on. You're looking for top more than anything. And having
Of
a
course.
fetch land, the Scouting Town that we mentioned. Oh, he finds the top.
Of course, you have to draw a top.
Of course
You're
he finds
Poe,
the
man.
top. Of
Yeah.
course. Yeah. And Poe currently tapping the plains to play the Sensitive Divine top because he has Brainstorm. He can hide the rest of his hand from.
Yeah,
Does he still have the Brainstorm? He does have the
he
Brainstorm.
does. He does.
He can hide the rest of his hand from.
So he's got a decent amount of card manipulation.
Yeah. Actually interesting.
This will be, I think, a little difficult.
No,
for Glenn.
the Brainstorm was hit by the first therapy,
Ooh, okay.
but the top is going to try and cover this therapy. Look at the top 3, put a 1 on top. And if you're Poe, you're not even worried. Like you can quite arguably tap the top to draw a card and counter the therapy.
Yeah.
Just need to make sure with the card that you draw is something that you want. And I think he sees counter spell. He's gonna fetch. Oh, he's gonna fetch.
Okay.
So he's trying to keep the top in play, which is interesting in that regard.
What's the
Volcanic
tropical-
Island?
What's the red in your deck?
Red Elemental Blast and
Oh, okay,
Pyroclasm
right.
and
Okay.
the three color mode of Engineer Explosives.
Yeah. Okay.
Best thing is
Miracle's Lantern
And-
of inside there is and Codex Shredder.
So he's gonna cast Brainstorm to respond to the therapy. He's gonna be able to put a 1 back on top of his deck, and quite possibly put Brainstorm, or is there a 1 and a what is he? What's the other card? Is it Monastery Mentor?
No, I don't think he sideboarded that in though.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past Poe.
Oh, it's swords.
Guy is aggressive, if anything.
But yeah, you showed the Brainstorm.
Yep. So the Wasteland is Winter Orb.
Okay. Wah, wah, wah.
So yeah, I don't quite agree with the way Poe played this game. I think he spent a little bit too many resources figuring out. He gets to untap 1 land.
Yeah. So it's fine.
He spent a lot of resources.
Man, no, untap the island, not the.
Yeah, because it's gonna lose.
Yeah,
it's gonna fall to a wasteland.
Might fall to a wasteland.
So I don't know.
So yeah, he takes up
Sure.
the wasteland and he's just gonna wasteland the.
So he's gonna top, of course, because you have to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably looking for land right now.
Yeah, I think he sees another island, so he's actually in decent shape. He's gonna be able to untap the planes, play an island.
Keep the planes up.
So long as he has top is not that bad, because he can just every third turn he can top. To change the to make sure that his draws are net mana producing over time. But it's gonna be harder. It's gonna get harder and harder for Poe Solomon to combat the threats that his opponent is playing. And Glenn very heads up playing Delver first.
And they say
trying to
top
bait,
slows down the game.
Trying to bait the plowshare that he knows Poe has, but that is not great if your opponent has counterbalance to play. So Poe gonna play Ponder that he revealed to the counterbalance to develop his mana further. I don't think Poe has any actual solutions to the main deck, to the Winter Orb out of the sideboard. So Poe is gonna be looking to, really lock his opponent out of the game before he decides to go for any kind of kill condition.
How do you? What's the kill condition for?
Council's Judgment is the usual main deckable choice to kill. Oh, Council's Judgment to kill the Winter Orb. The kill condition is usually Entreat the Angels or just Jace.
Okay, right. So man, you gotta go really slow.
Yeah, real slow. Like old people, like me.
They say top slows down the game. Nah, not really.
Yeah,
but Winter Orb does.
Winter Orb does slow down the game. Poe can trigger the counterbalance. Oh, of course. No, I think.
Of course.
Does he know it? Man. He doesn't know it. He does. He might know it off the Ponder. I think, unless he shuffled with the Ponder. If he does know it, then a very heads up play from Poe. Remembering what's on top of his deck.
Yeah, just don't.
And I think the only concern for the players here is who is going to time out. Because they have half an hour left, but Poe's going to need quite a lot of time to win the game, especially with a
Winter Orb
in play.
Wow.
So yeah, Poe demonstrating his prowess. Very smart, quickly moving the fetch to the front, leaving the sword second. What I would do to those Miracle players out there would be to actually shuffle the cards on top around before you decide the order to put it into, because Glenn
so
knows that there's a swords, right? So he's not
so
he wants to know if you drew the swords, which is highly unlikely, but he wants to know where you put the swords.
Yeah, okay. That's right.
Especially in a matchup like this where especially in this situation where he has a Winter Orb in play and mana is a kind of stretched on mainly Solomon's part.
So if he knows you've got the you've got
Solomon probably sided out the Jaces, which I think is decent, and it will mean that he doesn't have as much of a concern or for the Winter Orb. It's not impeding him as much this game. If I'm Solomon, I tap the Volcanic Island. I think then if you see red cards, you can choose to untap it, and if you're not, you just leave it tapped, and then Wasteland isn't as bad.
Yeah, okay. Does the how many non-basic lands does? How many basic lands does the?
It runs 4 and 2, I believe.
4 and 2. Okay, so
4 islands and 2 planes.
He's almost got all.
Yeah. This list is a list from my friend in Japan. Finished 12 and 3 at GP Columbus.
Okay.
Mr. Kyohei Kusakabe, or as they call him, Cat Pork. They call him Cat Pig.
Cat
Yeah.
pig. What?
He only has shirts with cats on them. All his shirts have cats on them.
And the
Yeah.
pig comes from
Just
that
people
because
being people, people doing what people do.
cat pig.
Yeah.
That needs to be a Pokemon though.
And he's
Yeah.
man, bear, pig.
And that pig.
Yeah. So I think Solomon has
Yeah.
drawn a Snapcaster, so he's gonna be able to, at when he chooses to do so, put some pressure on his opponent's life total. Glenn playing the Delver, knowing that his opponent has a plow in his hand.
Not the Gamma
Right.
Angler, you mean?
Yeah, the angler. The angler. He played the Delver into the balance to try and draw the plow, but this is angler at 7 means that there's no way he's gonna counter it with counterbalance. How likely do you think it is that he's gonna sacrifice the Gamma Angler to the Cabal Therapy?
I don't know, man.
Do you
Weirder
get do you,
things
do you
have
get
happened.
greed, especially with the counterbalance in play? That's a horrible idea. By the way, I'm just kidding.
Weirder shit has happened.
I think that's Vendilion Click. Is it Vendilion Click? It looks like Vendilion Click at the back of Poe's hand.
No,
Yeah.
it's all red cards, man.
So now Poe's
Poe's
gonna be able.
okay, sorry, Poe's.
Poe's gonna be able to play plow, and Glenn's hand not in any position to interact with Swords to Plowshares at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought
think
he might have just
Solomon-
played the
The snap-
Snapcaster and then plow it and
I think that's
snap.
too mana intensive. I think I like Poe's route. Poe is playing till he gets to the point where he can't afford to sacrifice like 3 mana a turn. It's not going to be a large percentage of his. Right now, 3 mana is about 40% of his resources in that
And then you
regard.
okay.
But no, Poe gonna go for Jace the Mind Sculptor. That was the card. No Jace, no Jace.
Vendilion Clip.
Vendilion Click.
Yeah. Okay. So Vendilion Clip.
Oh, he's
probably
gonna see his
draw the
opponent's
lightning
hand,
bolt. No.
and no, his opponent has his click of his own. So
What?
he's choosing whether or not to
Cast the click.
cast a click.
Jeez.
The good
Okay,
thing, the
that's
good thing
cool.
about Glenn, about Solomon's position is that he has all ones covered, and most of Glenn's hand is one,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna
Still
click,
got the force of.
and he's gonna play Dark Blast.
Blast. Oh, Paul lets it resolve.
Well, let's
Okay.
say resolve. Oh, interesting.
All right. He could have. Yeah, you could just put the top on
Oh
top.
wow, that's odd.
Why'd you let it resolve, man?
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. I think I would play it a little bit differently. I think Poe is valuing the information, so maybe he hasn't entreat the angels on top of his deck. But if he hasn't entreat the angels on top of his, he might
no,
have
but then
entreat
he
the angels.
wouldn't. No, but he wouldn't.
Oh no, he wants
spend
to.
the mana.
He
yeah,
wants to know what's
obviously.
going on. I think.
Yeah. If he had entreat and if he knew it, he wouldn't be spending the mana to go and cast.
Yeah. If he has
what's it?
entreat now, he uses the counterbalance, right?
Yeah.
So he must have something. I wonder what he's. I'm worried Poe's gonna be in. Even if he does win this game, he's gonna be in trouble for game 3.
Yeah, and there'll be like we'll call time, which means that both players won't get in. This is Glenn's on 4 points and Solomon's on like 3 points. It's a win and in game.
Yeah.
So basically, we are at this is table 4. Yeah. Table 4 and table 5 are playing. It's a win and in game
Yeah,
each.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think Glenn still has a shot if he loses this game. Because he's on 2 wins, right? He's on 6 points.
No, he's on 4 points.
He's on 4 points? Oh,
Then
okay,
he's
okay.
going up
Because
to
he drew a
5.
draw.
Yeah, if he drew, then he goes up to 5.
So he's taking. Oh, okay. So
not favorable
Glenn
for
is
him.
playing for the Sulfurate Vortex. But he's going to be able. He's
okay, so
going
that's
to
a
be
good
able to
idea.
take the Sulfurate Vortex, right? With the Vendilion Click that died to the
Yes,
Dark
and
Blast.
just just put it on the bottom.
I'm surprised the Dark Blast is even in the deck. He must be worried about something like Monastery Mentor. But it's so
But how-
vulnerable. Like
That's
it's so vulnerable to the counterbalance lock as well.
once you get like one on the top, then like that's it for the rest of your turn.
So
like, you
all
can't do
Solomon has to
anything.
do now is to answer the Vendilion Click that's in play, right?
Yeah, which is it's not impossible, for sure.
And yeah, Solomon
The second counterbalance,
a second counterbalance. Interesting.
we just play it.
Wow, this is aggressive on this
Oh
part.
no,
Oh no,
Okay, so Snapcaster going to
going back to get the plow,
Okay.
and now Solomon should have the game locked, right? With ones in your opponent's hand. Everyone forgetting what Winter Orb does. And yeah, interestingly,
Wow, this is just.
this is fun.
This
know,
is-
Your Acid Jack
Magic
is
is
right, and they say top slows down the game because the thing that's really slowing down this game is Winter Orb.
yeah, that's the
Yeah.
interaction between top and
It's,
Winter Orb
this is like watching
yeah.
sloths play football. you know, like you. Hey Nick, hey, you watched Zootopia?
What?
Zootopia?
No,
no.
Well, oh, they were playing sloths. Were
No,
playing
no, no.
football.
They parody the DMV, the Department of Motor Vehicles in America,
Uh-huh.
and they often make fun of how slow it is.
Oh,
so it's
okay,
all
so
run
there's
by
all
sloths. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
And then the guy, one of the guys tells the sloth a joke, and he goes like slow motion laugh, like a. He goes like.
yeah, you guys can't see it, but the expression is like
Yeah,
slow mo smile.
Oh yeah.
Wow, this is
And so this is going to be excruciating 11 turns of Solomon gently molesting Glenn.
So it is
And so Brainstorm is good here. It's gonna help Solomon make more land drops. It's gonna be able to put a Terminus back on top of the deck as well as a 1.
which the only one is Brainstorm, which is fine.
Yeah, I think Solomon. Oh, Solomon going with the full lockout, so going with putting 1s on top of his deck, so that he can save on mana. Next couple of turns. Yeah, interesting choices this game. But I don't think we can fault Solomon for playing the way he did, given the resources he had at hand. And yeah, it's gonna be 10 more turns of this gentle
that's
molestation.
Like slowly like groping.
Especially with your opponent drawing all 1s.
Real Elemental Blast and oh man,
Yeah,
not Real Elemental Blast, Pyroblast.
Solomon. Well, Glenn going with the check. Solomon not sure what he put on top of his deck. Probably gonna find another one. Yep, that's the quickest flick. You know, that's the feeling you hate when you play a deck with all 1s. Your opponent just goes, oh yeah. He doesn't think about it. He's not trying to get extra value by slow rolling you or anything. Nope, just gonna put the 1 on top.
Just do it.
And yeah. So I don't think Solomon needs to change anything about what he's doing now. He quite rightly doesn't.
You could top it away though.
He's gonna fetch instead.
Yeah, he doesn't want to draw the top. I think. But
why
the
would
top
you-
will be fine.
Yeah.
You can just cast the top and then.
In fact, the
just, like,
top is
put it
so
back.
much better because if you cast the top and put it in play, you
You
always have a
definitely
1.
know that
Yeah.
there's a 1 on the top.
So getting his second volcanic,
But yeah, I can't fault him for like trying to develop.
yeah. So wanting to draw a land,
That'd be nice. But no, it's
it's another Snapcaster.
yeah.
So I think he's okay because
Yeah.
he has opponent drawing a stack of
Yeah.
1s is no good.
But his
He
opponent
wishes
has
he
a lot-
wishes he was getting paid for this, but no, not like a strip club. Stack of 1s.
Once. When you want
not
like
gonna pay your college tuition. Yeah.
Daddy needs to buy a new bra.
What? Daddy needs to buy a new bra.
Exactly. No, that's the whole point. That's exactly what I meant to say.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess the players do have ample time, but
Yeah.
Solomon can choose to play a brainstorm here.
But what does he have to put back on top?
He just wants to put back any one that he. But I think he's probably better off just topping.
Yeah.
Yep, and that's the quickest flick to the front ever.
God damn it, man. God damn it.
The good old Solomon special.
Ah.
Yep.
Man, this is frustrating to watch, man. It's like,
I mean, this is legacy. You knew this when you asked for a Miracles deck to be on camera.
I know.
It is, I think, in Glenn's interest to drag this game out.
Mm.
I think Poe with a brainstorm in hand and a red. Oh, this is no good. He should not let his opponent. Doesn't matter. His opponent drew more 1s.
Yeah.
Like
for
Candy,
sure, yeah.
who's trying to pay for her tuition by stripping. It's
Yeah.
all 1s.
Damn,
and
man.
he can take the 1s all the way to the bank, because
No pennies.
no pennies for you. Solomon needs to be a little bit wary of his opponent being able to Red Blast in response to his top activation. Red Blast the counterbalance in
Yeah.
response to his top activation.
Okay.
So yeah. So interestingly enough, Glenn
Oh, he lets it go.
might realize this now. He's gonna fetch. He's gonna go for the last red source. I think if he has it in his deck, yes,
Yeah,
and
Tropical Island.
cast the Pyroblast. And if so, we have a game. But I think Solomon has this covered with Brainstorm to put back the Pyroblast, and Glenn knows that he has it.
Yeah.
Glenn
yeah.
saw the.
But he doesn't know. Oh no,
It's-
he does know that he has the Brainstorm as well.
Oh wow!
Oh, Poe just lets it go. Okay. Unless of course that's like a crazy ultimate card, which
He has another counterbalance, but it's gonna free up his opponent's turn with 1 mana. So that's not that bad. Yeah.
what happened to his Snapcaster though?
He got
Oh,
bolted.
he got bolted.
That's
right,
how he
right.
baited the top activation. I think if I'm Poe, I think I still play the Brainstorm to put the 1 on top,
Yeah.
because your opponent's only gonna untap with 1, so your 1 on top is virtually a Time Walk, and it also means that you save 1 mana, because replaying
Counterbalance.
a counterbalance means that you have to. He's gonna go with the Snapcaster here, and the Snapcaster's gonna plow that. So Glenn has completely no cards. So I guess Solomon is gonna take the slow route to victory, the slow march to victory with
slowly.
attack with the Snapcaster, fetch. Oh no, okay,
Doesn't play the
doesn't play the
okay.
counterbalance or the top, keeping Red Elemental Blast open with Pyro.
Which is
Force
fine.
over in his
I
hand.
think that's a.
Gonna be able to untap a land.
Still chooses not to crack the land though.
No, I think not cracking the
That's
land
not
is
enough.
fine.
Yeah, that's not enough.
It's just whether or not you want to build your, like, put a top or balance into play. Instead, choosing the pass with mana open, fully set on his plan to gently molest Glenn into the ground.
Slowly.
Very slowly. Draws a Jace, which is interesting. I think it's decent to keep it in because you know your opponent has anglers, and but here I think he can finally feel safe enough to play the top.
He's got Force of Will in hand still, which can.
He's gonna
cover
discard.
anything
He's
else.
gonna discard and treat the angels. Solomon.
So that's where it was, huh?
Full on lock mode. So Glenn trying to draw to the Sulfuric Vortex that's in his deck,
Yeah.
but even then it's not gonna be.
And he shuffled his deck already, right?
He did,
Since
yeah.
then.
He does have Painful Truths, which he wants to try and resolve. He knows his opponent has Red Elemental Blast. He doesn't know he has Force or Will, but he doesn't actually have Force or Will.
He does. One of his cards.
Solomon doesn't have Force or Will.
Oh.
But I think it might not matter too much because if
The-
Solomon gets to play a Snapcaster Mage here, oh, interesting.
Doesn't. Alright.
Beat down.
This is like clear speculation
Okay.
on our part, like trying to figure out like what's in each.
No,
opponent's
I
hand
think he has
and
counterbalance and he has top. I think this is a great turn to deploy counterbalance
Yeah,
and top if I'm
I know.
Solomon.
That
No.
would just
And this
knock
is
the
just-
game out.
Like, there are people who think that playing control just means passing with mana open, but control really all it means is just restricting the way your
Your
opponent,
opponent plays.
the options that your opponent has,
Warping, yeah,
and yeah.
might draw into another and treat the angels.
So Glenn,
Now you can
Glenn
play-
locked under his own Winter Orb, unable to
Yeah.
play the plethora of spells in his hand.
Gonna try to go with
He might try to Pyroblast the
Mhm.
Snapcaster, and I think if I'm Solomon, I let it resolve and I play my counterbalance
like finally.
and my top, and get back on that show on that. What is he?
I think you can save it, right? So he did. Wow, he removes the counterbalance.
I really
okay.
disagree with what Solomon's doing, but he has the Red Blast that his opponent knows about. He knew about from way before, so this should still be okay. It goes to 2. His hand is
Does the deck have lightning bolt?
there's no lightning bolts.
Damn it!
It's not that kind of deck. But he's gonna be able to play untap. Yeah, not too much. He needs to draw Gurmag Angler.
Angler.
But I think Solomon has him covered with the Jace in his hand.
As well
Because the
as
Jace is going to be able to bounce the Angler and
Yeah.
attack for
well,
2.
yeah, Post got a lot of options. He's
So,
still got the
yeah.
Snapcaster. And he's still
Glenn
got
milking this
Force
turn for as much time as it's worth and probably going to move on to the next game
Well,
after he
therapy,
sees his opponent
naming.
hand.
Alright, so he just casts the other Snapcaster mage.
Yeah, probably give Brainstorm flashback. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could Brainstorm and save put the Jace back and still untap and have mana to Jace and bounce something. But if your opponent
Would you?
untapping only one land a turn, and his hand
He's
has
not
to
doing
be
anything, yeah, exactly.
yeah, and you know all his mana sources in play. If you know the Grixis Delver list, this is all the mana the deck has access to. So
takes away the
taking the Jace.
Snapcaster. Yeah,
but
but he's
yeah,
not gonna
it's
be
group.
able
So Solomon has slightly over 10 minutes to win game 3,
Mm-hmm.
and I think
I don't know. Is it possible?
so.
Is
Glenn
the
is okay
question.
with a draw because Glenn is
No, Glenn's not
Glenn's
okay with
2-1?
a draw. There
Oh, no,
are other
Glenn's
tables
1-1.
there. Yeah, Glenn's 1-1.
1-1
So
because he
he's
drew with you 1-1,
1-1.
right?
Yeah, so he's at 4 points. If he draws,
He's
he
at
goes
4.
to 5 points.
Oh,
the other
so
two
the Sixers
tables
will
have,
sneak in.
Yeah.
So if they draw, which they shouldn't,
And,
because one of them should concede.
yeah.
But if they do draw, they both knock each other out.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
one of
So,
those double KOs.
we might have to switch off the cameras like when time goes,
Oh yeah.
and just divert your attention to something else.
Okay,
people.
okay. I thought you were talking about something else by switching off the cameras.
Hey, what? Yeah, Papa needs a new garter, right?
I don't know about that. You said bra just now, so
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no, you have to get the full set, man. Get the full set.
get the full set
Yeah.
matching.
Doesn't
I never understood.
have to be, man.
I never understood that. It's gonna come off anyway.
I don't know. Just sexy, man. Sexy. It's good. It would be
Like
really
Solomon's
weird.
deck. Like Solomon's deck.
It would be really weird if like you have mismatch.
What's that?
1 minute 40 seconds. Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
There's
Okay,
I
so
think
we
we
go
started
at that
our
time,
time.
is it? Okay.
Yeah. We started our timer a bit earlier.
So they have
We actually
about
have
13:30
13 minutes,
to
yeah.
play, and I think if Solomon knows what's up, he's gonna bring in some mentors and try and beat his opponent down before, games drag on for too long. But
So
that was actually
That's another way to play
well,
the deck.
yeah, well
Mhm.
navigated. Yeah, I think at some point, Entreat the Angels becomes less useful than Monetary Mentor, especially in terms of killing.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Especially if your opponent has a Winter Orb in his deck, because you're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
gonna
The
be able to
Monetary
get
Mentor
the
can
critical
go like,
mass.
a lot faster.
Plus, Monetary Mentor is better earlier, so I'm surprised that the Entreats are in the deck still.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I don't think it was.
Mentor's actually really good at beating Young Pyromancer, Gurmag Angler.
Right, since you
Yeah.
can produce guys and then your guys also.
Yeah, you can
grow.
always with top in play. You can always produce one guy a turn because you always choose to
Oh,
draw,
yeah, yeah.
draw the card. Yeah,
That's
if
right.
you have two tops, you can make as many guys. You basically have secure the ways. Yeah, you just X, and put a bunch of guys into play, which is funny. You have X 1/1s and X prowess triggers.
prowess, yeah.
Yeah, which is quite powerful actually. when
Wow,
you think
that's a
about
lot better than a single secure ways, dude.
it. Yeah, yeah. Well, you have secure ways for turn 1,
For
and
turn
the
one
next
and then
turn it
turn
becomes
turn-
like exponential.
Very,
yeah.
very slow.
Hey man, it's all about the slow grind, eh? Poe
so
keeping very
Poe-
quickly has Arid Mesa, Scalding Tarn,
and Tundra. I
Tundra,
think.
Source to Plowshares.
Oh, you're also peeking, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You and I look very stupid when we're trying
Yeah.
to peek at
I
a
think
non
it's
3D screen.
Counterspell, the last card is in his hand.
Counter spell. What?
And a Jace. Yeah. So three lands, Source to Plowshares. So Glenn's brought in the. I don't like this land being played. But I can understand why he wants to go plow for the threat.
Which yeah,
Does he go for it?
Come on, do
He's-
it. No, he
yes.
doesn't. Okay, so
No. That's good play on his part.
then he can
It's
get
discipline,
the
'cause he can-
counterbalance on.
No, he can lay the Scalding Tarn and get a plow, and plow the Deathrite Shaman.
Okay.
I'm not sure if he needs to. Oh, but he doesn't. He chooses not to lay the land first.
Oh.
Yeah, Poe realizing the error of his ways,
Blowout.
looking at the land in his hand. This is the embarrassing part where you now are forced to lay your land. And you're like, oh yeah, you got me.
God damn, man.
But I think it's actually okay. I think it gets the days out of the way.
it's fine. Yeah.
gets-
You are
yeah.
disrupting his mana.
And he can play it now, untap and play counterbalance, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now playing the
Now playing the
Yeah.
Tundra,
getting your island.
basic island. If I'm Po and my opponent, I guess this is the test water Tundra. So yeah, definitely play the counterbalance here, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's thinking about leaving counterspell open.
But you don't have a confirmed way of drawing an extra card. Okay, no mind.
He has a land next turn, so he's gonna be able to play Jace. But Jace is so bad against he's got Snapcaster Mage.
Snap and plow.
He's gonna be able to plow.
Okay, so he casts the Snapcaster Mage first. Oh, I could hear that. Okay.
Yeah, so we have to be a little bit quiet. Yeah, playing the snap, but I think he's gonna be able to daze the Snapcaster. Okay, I think that's fine. I think Po pays for the daze and is resolves to have a 2-1 in play as opposed to removing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which can handily trade with
Yeah,
the,
and it's good that he has the
Snapcaster.
Snapcaster in play because now he's gonna be able to
just add
try and
pressure.
go for the Jace, but his opponent just drew Pyroblast, because that's magic.
Yeah, handsome.
Yeah. I hope Po doesn't go for it, and I hope he tries to go at least for the counterbalance, respecting the fact that he doesn't actually have the land to play with Jace, so he has to go for counterbalance. He
Yeah.
can go for Brainstorm to push away the Jace, because the Jace is not great in this situation. I
Go
think-
find another land. Yeah.
I think he should, but
No, but I don't know. I
yeah, and
Yeah.
his opponent
he needs another land.
not going to Pyroblast in that position, I don't think.
Mhm.
So Po thinking this is Ponder, I hope he doesn't forget that it is in fact Brainstorm. He can't shuffle because it'll be quite a pain
Okay, so
to.
he does add it to his
Yes,
hand.
okay.
So it becomes one set now.
Yeah, and now he's in a pretty good position. He's going to be able to plow his opponent's Deathrite Shaman. He's going to have Counterspell open for his opponent's next play and Force of Will. And once, he gets around to untapping his mana. Does he have Force? No, he doesn't have Force.
Alright, so
He's going to attack with the Deathrite.
bash. Okay, cool.
Oh,
And
okay,
he
so
passes the turn.
he's going to... okay, I see what he's trying to do. He's making sure that his opponent doesn't have access to additional mana
Mana,
before
yeah.
he plays the plow.
Yeah.
His opponent's going to Force. Wow.
Okay,
this
wow,
is
he
aggressive.
really wants that
Yeah.
thing to stay in play.
So he's going to play
So he's gonna
Counterspell on the Force.
Okay.
His opponent's gonna play Pyroblast, which I don't like this trait on Glenn's side. I don't think Glenn should have played it this way. I think he should let the Lava Mance
flower, right?
let the Deathrite Shaman go and then play Brainstorm on his turn, hoping to look for some kind of action.
Yeah. Now Po reliably has 4 lands to cast the Jason Mind Sculptor, which is man.
Yeah, and
Deathrite Shaman, just as a reminder, your opponents lose life. You don't deal damage
Yeah.
with the Deathrite Shaman, so you can't.
so he's gonna play this,
Direct.
looking for a Delve creature, finding. Oh wow, he taps the red mana and he finds red
man,
red cards. Road Rage. We're located in Singapore, so if the
Yeah.
English sounds a little bit different, it's because
it is.
it's different. Yeah.
It is.
I think recently linguistic experts have had a great interest in our country's Creole. Or
Really, leh?
Yeah. Yeah. So Dark Blast. I'm unsure as to why the Dark Blast is actually in the deck.
Okay.
And now,
I-
if you're Poe, this is a great time to slam the Jace. Because why not? But I don't think he's gonna do it because Poe has shown that he is
risk averse.
risk adverse and will play in the most conservative way possible. So
So they'll
instead,
probably go with the.
I think Poe should lead with the Ponder to set up the top of his deck.
Yeah.
Hopefully find the top, and then resolve one of the 2 counterbalances that he has. He knows the top card is Jace, so
Does he shuffle it away? That's
He
the
should.
question. I don't think you should shuffle it away. I think you
I
just
think
keep it on
if
top.
the top cards are Jace, Terminus, Brainstorm, then I'm
Then
more inclined
you'll
to.
be fine, right?
Yeah, I think he's gonna pick
Otherwise
up the
just-
top card. It looks like a white card. No, it's not. He's drawn 1 card this turn.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, you drew a card this turn.
Oh yeah. Ponder allows you to draw cards, by the way. So he just draws you a card. They're making a.
He
very
should untap his.
fatal-
He should be untapping his mana. Yeah, hey David. David Win.
David, what?
David Win.
Oh,
Is
okay.
my Vietnamese American friend from I think he lives in NorCal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys have a lot of. Hey, watch your fingers. Watch your fingers. Okay. Nah, it thanks, Sean, but it doesn't really help, lah. So yeah. Yeah, that is. Alright, so Southern California. Hi, David. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hey David. So Jace is gonna resolve. He's gonna brainstorm a
off,
response.
yeah, it's going to.
I don't really like the way Post played this game, but I
It's
think
not Road Rage. It's Road Rage.
Rod Rage.
Yeah,
Road
I
Rage.
guess Road Rage was taken, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm guessing.
So Road Rage, this is a four rounds legacy tournament with a top 8, but we're not sure whether the top 8 wants to split the
The prizes.
prizes. Yeah, so not quite sure whether we're gonna
So
have like
Poe
quarterfinals
in
or
a
anything.
pretty decent spot here. He's gonna be able to lay the land, plow the young
Pyromancer.
Pyromancer, and
But he has to deal with the token to.
he's gonna put back the Terminus. No, he's not gonna. The Jace is not gonna die, and if the Jace doesn't die, you win the game. So
Okay.
yeah,
Right.
it's like
Oh, you play a druid in WoW. Oh, okay.
Rod
Alright.
Rage. This was
Rod
this is 4 rounds. We had 14 players.
Yeah.
And I think he Oppo going with choosing not to lay the planes. It's so odd.
No, if he goes Winter Orb this turn. No, even if he goes Winter Orb this turn, it's fine, right?
So he's gonna kill the Jace.
Alright.
Jace is gonna die.
But he knows that the
Hey, thanks, Rod Rage. I'm glad you're enjoying the cast.
yeah, you definitely can see more if you tune in on
So-
like Tuesday nights and Wednesday nights.
Playing the Terminus.
10 minutes off the top is
Gonna drain Poe
going to
for
be-
2, put him to 12. They still have 3 minutes left. If Poe finds Monastery Mentor soon,
What's
I
the red
think-
card in his hand?
Pyroblast, I believe.
Okay. Oh, that's the
EMA
the
Pyroblast,
Pyroblast. Okay.
I think Poe's gonna be able to pull this one out. He's gonna need the plow.
With the plow.
Heads up, move. He's gonna play this. He's gonna Terminus, sweep all the creatures. And Poe's gonna be able to untap. He has a brainstorm in his hand, so if you're Poe and you're aware of the time limit, you should try and find some kind of action. I'm guessing.
Yeah. But I don't think he sideboarded in the
Mentors. But he's looking for top at least, right?
Yeah.
To lock his opponent out of the game. At least then you have an argument like, hey man, this game is over.
Because I've
Yeah.
got the top
He's
and I've got
found
counterbalance.
a Vendilion click. Is that a Vendilion click?
Which is perfectly fine.
Yeah. It's just he needs to sequence it such that he can protect the click, I think, from the Pyroblast that's on top of that's in his opponent's hand.
Yeah. So
There has been
oh man, this is
see you.
bye Sean. I definitely will be doing that. Have you guys heard of Snapcasters? Snapcasters? Is there a Twitch channel? I should go and check it out. Snapcasters. I'm not quite sure whether this is my bottle of water anymore. But I don't really
That's a
care.
common problem here.
Yeah.
So Poe with the next level play of putting a counterbalance on top of his opponent's deck. I think anticipating young Pyromancer more than anything, but happened to hit counterbalance on his opponent's side. But without playing any... Oh, he's got the Snapcaster, so he's going to be able to play the Preordain from his graveyard. The Ponder. The Ponder from his graveyard. I think Ponder better than Brainstorm here, unless Poe is sure he's going to hit a fetch land. Because Ponder means that
You definitely
if you
can
are going to hit a
shuffle your
fetch
library,
land, then you can sequence your turns appropriately.
yeah. Mhm.
Looking at his... he sees a land. I don't think a land is good enough here. With 1 minute left, I don't think... I think Poe can try to put together something, but without access to a top, he's also going to find it hard to get any kind of traction with Monastery Mentor. So yeah, this game is effectively over, but I think he doesn't have the time to win.
Yeah, they got like 30 seconds on the official clock.
Milling
Have to
Dark
go.
Blast. Dark Blast is gonna. And Poe is gonna try his best. He's gonna play Brainstorm.
Let's see.
I'm surprised his opponent is not trying to go for the Red Blast.
He can put the plow.
But maybe he's used.
I
No,
thought,
he's
yeah.
got 2 cards, right? He's got the Red Blast and Force of Will in his hand.
Oh, he could have just fired it off, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
he found
okay.
the top. So did Poe put 2 1s atop his deck because now his opponent can play the Red Blast, right?
Yeah, which is
Oh no, that's not a Red Blast. It's Ancient Grudge.
what?
It's Ancient Grudge.
Oh,
It looks like Red Blast, but it is Ancient Grudge. and
it's the promo
it's-
Ancient Grudge.
no, it's the one
not
from Time
promo,
Spiral.
sorry, it's the old one. It's the old Ancient Grudge.
Yeah, so this is
Oh yeah,
time.
okay.
Someone should call
Yeah.
turns.
Uh,
I think the boys are there anyway, so at least some motivated spectators are there to call time on the round. And if he doesn't have
alright,
if he doesn't have
take note.
Monastery Mentor, so this is turn 0. Well, turn 0 was the end of Glenn's turn, so this is turn 1.
Snapcasters. Okay.
Wow. Last 5 turns, so this is turn 1 or 2, depending. And I think if you're Glenn here, do you scoop Poe in? Because
Man.
he has the lock.
Yeah, he has the lock on you already.
He has the lock,
right, which means
and scooping him in
Yeah.
is not. I won't say it's just polite. It's the highest EV thing to do as well. Because if Poe wins something, then he's in a place to give you money or some kind of cut
you
of his
just-
winnings.
yeah.
But the two of you just spite each other and go down, in flames.
Go down burning.
Uh, it's better for one of you, and so
To
game
just,
theory suggests that you should scoop your opponent in.
Yeah.
Because win lose is better than lose lose, but I don't know.
Thanks, buddy.
Glenn seems very serious about his gameplay, so maybe he wants to protect the integrity of this. Okay, so this is turn 4 of turns, right?
Yeah, this turns.
It's turn 4 of turns. Gonna go
Dark
for
Blast here.
Dark Blast. Fire Blast is gonna
try,
counter it.
yeah.
He's gonna go to 8. It's turn 5 of turns. He's gonna draw. And he's not
Yeah,
gonna be able
draw.
to win the game, but I think unless Poe has
just changes the order.
Entreat the Angels here. But
No, even Entry the Angels won't win you the game. You need one more turn. Yeah, it doesn't have.
this is 5. He entreats at the end of his opponent's turn. Then he does 10 damage, right?
Oh yeah, okay, that's right. So top on the
6
top.
goes to 6. He's at 6. Are they playing beyond turns?
Yeah, okay, so they are going to. This is weird. Okay, can
I'm gonna go
somebody
six,
please,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Maybe better for us.
Yeah. Okay, so Ben's gonna head out. If he can squeeze out. Try his best impersonation to be ruler. Yeah. All right, but yeah, players have gone to time, and I think they just didn't hear the call out from Jeffrey, so we're just going to give them probably two turns to finish out the game. And yeah, we'll see who does what. Anyway, Ben is talking to them. In the meantime, while we try to figure out whether the players are going to draw or going to split the top 8 prizes, or they're going to play. That'll be nice to watch them play. It'll be good. But we might be going to another game, or we might be going to a short replay. But before we go, just want to remind you that there are other shows that we do. It's all in the description below. Tuesday nights we do standard. Wednesday nights we do modern, and Thursday nights we do vintage. Speaking of vintage, haven't seen you in a while, man. Busy. All right, so remember, and sometimes on the weekends like this we have tournaments, including tomorrow. We have the Hearthstone tournament, but we're not sure whether we have the talent to stream a Hearthstone tournament there. But that'll be fun. That'll be fun to do. Just remember, follow our Facebook page and all the jazz. Anyway, you'll find all that weird stuff in the description below. And we were going to go off. I'm not sure what's Ben's verdict, but Ben hasn't come back, which means that they probably have settled it already. Which, we should just then watch the game and see how it turns out then. Ancient Grudge here trying its best impression to get rid of Top, but Top disappears. And what's going to happen? Glenn needs to draw something good. He gets back the Dark Blast, which I'm not quite sure going to do anything right now because the Top is still on the top of the library. But once he draws that Top, that's it. Then, Glenn's going to go for the Dark Blast, which he does try, but he gets Force of Will, and Glenn putting out the handshake. Clearly happy with the decision. But yeah, they played it out to the finish. So heads up to them. We're going to go for a short break. I'm going to put you on a short replay while we try to figure out whether the top 8 is going to play or not, or they're going to split. I have a feeling they're going to play the quarterfinals and then split the top prizes. But who knows? Who knows? So just stay tuned. We'll be right back with more games.